Great conference, and welcome to my fellow panelists. So we're going to begin our presentation today with a discussion about the Treasury Grant Program. The Treasury Grant Program is kind of fascinating in its own right, and so before I turn to that, I do just want to talk a little bit about SolarCity. I think we've got a very exciting story to tell, and for folks who aren't familiar with our company, I think you'll find this to be interesting. So what we do is we kind of do one-stop shopping for solar services. So we do the financing, the design, installation, and then in many instances we own the equipment and we monitor and do the maintenance for up to 15 years. We are currently the kind of largest solar construction company in the country. We've done 7,000 plus projects. Currently we're in more than 5 states, and we've been doing installations for about a little over 3 years. At any rate, this just talks about, kind of some of the success that we've had. We're growing as quickly as we can. We can't hire people quick enough. That's a great story, especially given how difficult 2009 was for many sectors of the economy. This slide is fascinating because it looks like we're on track to do even better for the balance of this year, but this is just in California. If you compare our market share with kind of some other of our peers in the field, what you'll see is that we continue our kind of extremely dramatic growth curve. So obviously, I've been at the company now for a little over 2.5 months, so personally I find this to be very exciting. Okay, so one of the things that we brought to bear on the solar equation was financing. And the idea here is third-party ownership. One of the big impediments to solar has been the cost of participation. So what we've been trying to do is, in order to realize our vision of solar on millions of homes and businesses, it became clear that if the only way that you could participate in the solar value proposition was to have, a huge amount of money to purchase the system, just by necessity, the number of people that could participate and deploy solar would be very limited. So the idea was to get around that, was to use very, very traditional, tried and true methods of equipment leasing that are used throughout every sector of our economy and bring that equipment leasing model to the solar experience. Not very sophisticated, just no one had done it before we did it.